Okay, in this tutorial we are going to create a form in Microsoft Access. What I have got here is a Pokemon database, and in the Pokemon database I have got three tables. The first table, which is called the table catcher, basically has information about the Pokemon catcher or the Pokemon trainer. It's almost like a registration kind of table. It's got a primary key, which is the catcher ID, first name, surname, phone number, the standard kind of personal information that you'll catch if you were registering a member. The second table over this one here, which is a Pokemon one, this here just has the Pokemon ID, which is the number which is assigned to each Pokemon, and the Pokemon name. And the final one we've got, which is this log table, and this is a record of all Pokemon caught. It records the ID of the Pokemon, and it also records the ID of the catcher and then the details of where it was caught. Okay, so the first the first form we're going to create is a form where we can enter, we can either view catcher information or we can enter new catcher information. So to do this, there are multiple ways of doing this, but probably the easiest way is to highlight the table that you want to turn into a form. Go to create, click on form. You can use any of these and they'll give you different options. This one's just as easy. So here we have a form that's been created. Now this view is in what's called a layout view. I prefer working in design view, which is this one here. When you create a form that way, you'll see that the fields are all linked together. So if you reduce one, you reduce them all. It's not, I don't like this view. I'm sure there are reasons when you want to use this view, but it's quite limiting. To get rid of this, the easiest thing to do is click little arrows on the right hand corner and you'll highlight all the values. Right click to get this table up, go layout and go remove layout. Now you can see each of the cells are individual. Now you can manipulate these as you see fit. You can add additional information. So for example, next to catcher ID, I can add a new label. What's label? Sorry, an instruction. So I can do instruction here that says all new Pokemon trainers need a unique ID. So there's an instruction there. It's not linked to anybody, it's just an instruction. I can move these around. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Make that one a little bit smaller. Go through there. Okay, I'm just going to manipulate this for a little bit and then I will continue. Okay, so I've tidied it up a little bit. If any time I want to have a look and see what this form actually looks like, I can click up here and I can go to form view, and this is what this form's going to look like. I'm not overly happy with the way this looks. Now I can change the background colour. The other thing I should point out here is down here we've got this table here. Now this table here isn't actually from the catcher table. This here is from the table log. So if you're using that method to create a form, it actually creates this linked table, but we don't actually need it for this view if all we're doing here is looking at the catcher information. So I am just going to delete that one and make my form a little bit smaller. Okay, that looks better. The other thing I'm in design view. The name of the title, this title is Table Catcher. It's really like Pokemon Trainer details. We want to make sure we change it to be appropriate because this is a form that everybody sees. The properties window. To do that, right click, go to properties. This here shows me the properties of the form. You can manipulate stuff. So if I want to manipulate the, let's have a look, let's go with the background colour. I can change this to, what if we want the let's go, I would just go with theme colour, and you can see it changes the colour. If I want to change the details there, I can do it all in this section here. I can put borders, I can put any of that stuff. The next thing we need to look at is how to add some buttons. Okay, one of the things you're going to probably want to put on your form is a button, a navigation button. Now if you look here, we have got some little buttons. We can use the record selection buttons down the bottom here to navigate through. We can go to our last record, we can go to add a new record. But it'd be much easier doing it if we had buttons on here. So what we can do is, if we go back to design view, we can add these buttons using this section at the top. So we will go to a button. So we go here, we want to put a nice button there, and we're going to cause this command button wizard comes up, and this is what we're going to use. So if we want to go to add a new record, we want record navigation. We are going, record operations, add new record, next. We can pick a picture if we want, or we can pick text. I was going to say add new Pokemon catcher, next. As always, make sure you give it a name that makes some sense. New catcher. And we've got a new button here that you can customize. Now again, if you want to change size or color, right click on it, go to properties. I don't like that color. I want the color to be, I don't know. Now let's see what happens when we do that. Form view, we go to a new record. Okay. There's different options there if you want to try the buttons. The best thing is to have an experiment what they all mean. So if I'm going to add a new one here, let's go, I don't know, go to next record, will help you go scroll through them. Next record, next. So the CMD is a command button. Again, it's our view, and here's our form, so we can scroll through them. If we want to get rid of these scroll down bars down the bottom, again we go property, form view, and we're going record selection, no, navigation bars, no, and then we should. You can see here, this is the only thing that lets us scroll through.